In the top stories, Her Majesty the Queen urges everyone to be an inspiration to others. Prime Minister Harris calls for a unified approach in helping the youth, and Ruckus, LAX and KT crowned in Soca Monarch finals. We'll be right back with the details after the break. Hello and Merry Christmas. Welcome to the ZIZ Channel 5 Newscast. I'm Jason Davis. As St. Kitts and Nevis and the rest of the Commonwealth celebrate during this holiday season, Head of the Commonwealth, Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, has called on everyone to be inspirational. During her Christmas message, Her Majesty reflected on her interaction with the medal winners in the Olympics and Paralympics and how they inspired her, but also noted that everyone can be an inspiration to someone.
I often draw strength from meeting ordinary people doing extraordinary things. Volunteers, carers, community organizers, and good neighbors. Unsung heroes whose quiet dedication makes them special. They are an inspiration to those who know them, and their lives frequently embody a truth expressed by Mother Teresa, from this year, Saint Teresa of Calcutta. She once said, "Not all of us can do great things, but we can do small things with great love."
Meanwhile, the Queen's representative to the Federation, Governor-General His Excellency Sir Tapley Seaton, GCMG CVO QCJP, used his Christmas message to urge everyone to remember the true meaning of Christmas. He encouraged the Federation to be a caring nation in 2017.
Let us remember our senior citizens who have contributed in so many ways to nation building. Let us assist those who may have disabilities and make all of our facilities more accessible and disability friendly. Let us promote volunteerism as a vocation to be pursued by more of our citizens.
Governor-General His Excellency Sir Tapley Seaton, GCMG CVO QCJP. And on a related note, Prime Minister Dr. the Honorable Timothy Harris has encouraged everyone to come together and help young people live better lives. During his Christmas message, the Prime Minister specifically noted the role of the Church in keeping young people on a positive path.
This is where I look to all of our churches and faith leaders, regardless of how they choose to express their love for God, to come together in unity, inspire our people, and work in unity to support our young people in making better life choices. It is imperative that we choose life over death, love over hate, hope over despair, and courage over fear. We can choose to shine a light in the darkness and carve a future of which our young people can be truly and justly proud.
And while he specifically mentioned the religious bodies of the nation, the Prime Minister noted that this form of working partnership does not have to be among the same type of establishments. He said it can be multidisciplinary, bringing together a range of organizations with many voices, all looking to achieve the common aims of peace and prosperity across St. Kitts and Nevis. In other news, 3 kings were crowned at the recently held Soca Monarch finals this weekend. Shaira Flanders has the details.
Shortly after 2 a.m. on Sunday morning, Ruckus HE was crowned the 2016-2017 Groovy Soca Monarch, while popular duo KT and LAX were crowned the new Power Soca Monarchs. ZIZ spoke with King of the Groovy segment, Ruckus, who said it was quite difficult finding words to express the way he felt after winning the Groovy segment.
After all the hard work, after putting in all this energy, all this time and effort, I must say big ups to the team, the production team behind the whole performance. Trust me, a lot of, again, time and energy went into it. So I have to big them up. But right now it feels great to win. You know, it really feels great to win. I don't think I can explain how I feel right now, you know, but I think that the expression on my face right now says a lot.
Ruckus beat out his competitors with his winning song Sway for the top spot. Earlier in the evening, young singing sensation Du Jour started off the groovy segment with his song Don't Care. He placed the first runner-up, amassing a total of 581 points, while Shanna performed her song International Girl, capturing the second runner-up position with 565 points. Third place went to X-Man, who performed his song Session Starters, paying tribute to local DJs and bands, garnering a total of 553 points. Crowd favorite LAX, featuring KT, kicked off the power segment with a performance of their popular song Big Truck. In the power segment, with a total of 539 points, the first runner-up position went to defending Power Soca champion Mr. Hype, who performed his controversial song Join Her, welcoming a Donald Trump impersonator on stage, setting off laughter in the audience. However, it was not enough to beat out KT and LAX, who spoke with ZIZ just after their win.
My feeling is overwhelmed, man. We've been working hard, so basically this is our reward, you know. I feel that, you know, we could have done better, but I'm so glad that we still captured the crown. So we're gonna try to work on those little things for our performances, but it felt good. It feels good.
Like Eddie said, it's real overwhelming. Like, we have so much people hoping and praying for us to win, and I feel good that we make them, we satisfy them, we win, we bring home what I wanted, you know what I mean? So that's a good feeling, pleasing our fans and also pleasing ourselves, because this was the mission when we started.
Other competitors in the power segment were Takeover, who placed second runner-up with a total of 537 points, Shanna, who placed third runner-up with 513 points, Foxy, Daddy Tusek, X-Man, and Little Miss. The Sugar Mass 45 activities continue with the annual Juve Morning Jam on Monday, December 26th, and the Talented Teen and Junior Calypso Show later that evening. Reporting for ZIZ News, I am Shaira Flanders.
Coming up, we'll have another look at some of the stories from the past week. Stay tuned. Former Governor of the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank, Sir Kenneth Dwight Venner, KBE SLC, died on Thursday in St. Lucia at the age of 70. According to information received, Venner, who resided in St. Kitts and Nevis and served the ECCB for over 20 years, passed away at Tapion Hospital on Thursday. After 26 years of dedicated service to the ECCB, Sir Dwight announced in December his move to retire from the St. Kitts Nevis-based institution. Sir Dwight leaves his wife, Linda Venner, and their 7 children. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Dr. the Honorable Timothy Harris has expressed condolences to the family of the late Sir K. Dwight Venner. He paid tribute while on tour of the Pirates Nest Hotel and Condominium project on Friday.
Sir Dwight Venner has had a long and distinguished career as the Governor of the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank. Indeed, he was the longest-serving Governor of the bank. In that regard, he made some enduring contributions to the bank, began significant reforms which will continue and redound to the benefit of the currency union long after his mortal remains will be interred.
Prime Minister Harris said that Sir Dwight's passing is quite a loss for the Eastern Caribbean Currency Union.
We are deeply appreciative of his contribution, the fact that he presided over stability of the currency union, made our currency one of the strongest in the world in terms of its stability and its backing by US foreign currency. And so he will be and is a major loss to the currency union as an academic, an integrationist, one who labored hard in the vineyard of the economic development of our small islands.
Sir Dwight dedicated 26 years of his life to serving the ECCB before his resignation in December of 2015. The St. Kitts Nevis Defense Force has received a significant boost from the Republic of China, Taiwan, following the donation of 8 vehicles on Friday. More in this report. Government ministers and Defense Force officials were among those present at Camp Springfield for an official ceremony to hand over 8 vehicles, comprising pickup trucks of various sizes. During the ceremony, Defense Force Commander Lieutenant Colonel Patrick Wallace noted that they would help the force in numerous situations.
Because these vehicles will not be used solely for patrols or military duties. But in the event of a disaster, that they'll be used to move around needed supplies and also persons who may have to be evacuated from affected areas.
Resident Taiwanese ambassador, His Excellency George Gawe Chu, said his country was pleased to offer the vehicles as support for national security, but their contribution would go beyond that.
The providing of the vehicles is not the only part of my embassy. Would like to present the support to all of you. We also encourage the personnel exchange between the St. Kitts and Nevis and National Defense Force and Taiwan.
Prime Minister Dr. the Honorable Timothy Harris thanked Taiwan for their generosity and noted that it is part of the long-standing friendship between both countries.
Taiwan was the first country with which we developed diplomatic relations and the attainment after the attainment of independence on 19th September. We have come on December 23rd significantly to reinforce that cooperation, to reinforce the commitment to ensuring that our country is a law-abiding country and our country has the security apparatus, the security infrastructure to reinforce itself as a nation state.
The vehicles are worth over $800,000. Jason Davis for ZIZ News. After the break, a huge Christmas gift for a needy family in Trinidad and underprivileged persons in France given a special Christmas dinner and cruise. Stay tuned. Trinidad's Minister of Housing, Randall Mitchell, courts and DirecTV made Christmas very special for an underprivileged family as they were moved into a new home at Eden Gardens on Saturday. Peter Christopher has more.
Chris Ramphal and Nisha Watley had been struggling to make ends meet and were raising their family at the Perseverance Road, Chagonas home. Their lives had been one of struggle. The couple, both market vendors, had gone through a lot. In 2014, they lost their baby Christopher as the child choked while being breastfed. But their fortunes changed for the better on Saturday as they received a Christmas Eve gift from the HDC and the Minister of Housing as they were handed over the keys to an Eden Gardens Freeport home.
And I really thought that we should do something about it because their example is a perfect example of what we really do at the Ministry of Housing. We have 3 pillars. It is our mission that we provide affordable housing that is accessible and that truly raises the quality and the standard of living for all our citizens.
But the family did not just receive a house. They also received a check to purchase $10,000 worth of furniture from Courts and accredited DirecTV prepaid HD dish. They were also thankful that their Christmas had changed for the better.
Thanks to AGC, thanks to Granny, thanks to the world. I'm happy my children will be well, they're overjoyed. They can't wait to see their own room.
They also shared thanks for those who stuck with them over the years since the 2014 tragedy.
It had times we didn't have nothing at all, but God and faith keep we up. We struggle day by day, step by step, but we still here, and we are thankful for everyone who know us and who don't know us for helping us.
Mr. Ramphal was also thankful for the generosity afforded to them and vowed to maintain the upkeep of their new home. Peter Christopher, C News.
Internationally, every Christmas in Paris, hundreds of people who are unable to afford a proper meal are taken on a dinner party on the River Seine. Here's more.
For some of France's least well-off, Christmas offers at least one evening of fun. Each year, the Catholic Relief Service organises a boat cruise and dinner party for some of the people it supports. Many live in hostels or depend on soup kitchens. Sandrine Jepgua and her children rely on the charity for food assistance.
This is like we're in a fairy tale. It's incredible, and my children are very happy. They told me they could never imagine being in a boat and having dinner. We could never afford it. Thank you to the Catholic Relief Service. They make us feel like we matter.
Sandrine came to France from Cameroon 6 years ago, seeking medical treatment for a problematic pregnancy. She lost her baby and says she had nothing to return home for. She's among about 1.5 million people who depend on the charity's services to survive. Every Christmas, they take about 500 of them for dinner on 5 boats. For many of the people here, it's the first time they've ever experienced anything like this, and the first opportunity they've had to see the sights that line the banks of the River Seine. This whole area of central Paris, for the large parts, is normally only inhabited by or even visited by people who are much more privileged than the guests here on the boats. France is the 6th richest country in the world, but about 1 in 10 people live below the poverty line. Many are migrants and refugees who fled poverty and conflicts at home. The government and charities like the Catholic Relief Service provide some support. It's volunteers who provide many of the services and who serve the food here. Many are keen to help and say it's an important part of Christmas.
We share something, and when they are in their hostels, because a lot of them are in hostels, they are not able to eat properly, they cannot invite people, so here they can spend the night together.
One boat cruise won't make their lives any easier, but it's a rare and fun break from daily struggles for those who need it most. Malcolm Webb, Al Jazeera, on the River Seine in Paris.
We'll be right back with a recap of tonight's top stories. Stay tuned. Recapping the top stories, Her Majesty the Queen urges everyone to be an inspiration to others. Prime Minister Harris calls for a unified approach in helping the youth. And Rucus, LAX and KT crowned in Soca Monarch Finals. And that's it for the ZIZ Channel 5 newscast. On behalf of the staff and management of ZIZ Broadcasting Corporation, I'd like to wish you a very Merry Christmas and a bright and prosperous 2017. Thank you for joining us. I'm Jason Davis.